Hi, this is Dennis with EDU 707, and I'm responding to a post concerning keeping children safe on the internet. And my classmates, together, we are sharing our thoughts through the online format, and one of my classmates had shared some things, and I'm responding to that. And I want to start off by saying I have this pencil like a carpenter right here in my on my ear, with the sharp point near my mind, as a symbol, as a metaphor, if you will, as a symbol to what I want to share very briefly here, which is that we as adults have to keep our minds sharp, because when it comes to keeping our children safe, whether our own children, if we're classroom teachers, our students, as adults, as we influence the youth in our society, we have to keep our minds sharp, because it's not an easy task to train and discipline and raise children properly. And of course, we are human. Even as adults, we are human. We will make mistakes. However, I was thinking about this, the fact that we do want to decrease the probability of making mistakes in terms of how we raise our children. We want to decrease the risk of influencing our children in a negative way. And so therefore, that's a tremendous responsibility that comes upon us as parents and teachers and so on, because there's so much out there. I mean, look at our world today in 2016. I mean, all the negative things, whether it's pornography, whether it's drug addiction, whether it's violence, so many things that with the use of technology are much more accessible to our youth, to our children. And therefore, the very premise of what we're discussing this week is, how do we in fact keep our children safe while they use the internet? And what I was thinking about is the fact that we have to keep our children safe online as well as offline, because whether they're online or offline, they're still human beings functioning in society, in the world. And therefore, how we raise them and train them and teach them and discipline them in the proper good way is going to play a major role in how they turn out. And so I have 3 points. The number one thing is what my classmate shared concerning the dinner table and other situations. We need to do our very best to do those quality things with our children, having mealtime with them, where you have a conversation about your day, and other things in our lives together as family members, where as parents we are really spending that quality time developing the proper relationship. Even though we're parents and we're the authority, we still develop a quality relationship with them so that they respect our parental authority, because that's a divine balance, if you will. It's a dynamic balance is what I'm trying to say, because if we don't earn the respect of our kids, and as teachers, the respect of our students, they're really not going to want to respect our authority. So we have to find that balance. And that leads me to my second point, which is a teacher, I'll call him Mr. D, who I was a colleague with in Davidson County, North Carolina many years ago. He said that in his classroom, he teaches his students that I will be friendly with you, but if you cross the line of the limits that I set, then that friendliness goes away. And the point being, that resonates with what one of my classmates shared on his post this week, which is that we have to be parents first, not friends. And so that again is a dynamic balance, because we can be friendly with our children, but we must emphasize our responsibility to parent them and not be their buddies. That can hopefully come later when they're adults. But the final point, the third point, is that, as this one classmate shared on his post, it's so true. We do need to focus on the positive, because the internet has so many more positive things to offer mankind than the negative. And while the negative is terrible, there's so much more wonderful things that are good. And so as we teach our children, we just want to develop that relationship with them to where they respect us, and we're teaching them the why that we do things or don't do things. And just do it every day. Build that relationship with our children and help them to see there's many more good things about the internet than bad things, but they just have to learn responsibility in this regard. So I hope these thoughts are helpful. Thanks.